Hi y'all, and welcome back to my channel. If you wouldn't mind, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you click the when you subscribe, it will send you a notification on your YouTube. If you have YouTube, I just want to say I appreciate all of my subscribers very much. Okay, how many of you are getting ready for the Super Bowl? All right, will be Sunday. And most people make appetizers, different kinds of food, snacks, whatever. Well, I have one for you today. Who are you rooting for? Give me a comment on who you're rooting for. I'll be rooting for the Chiefs. I'm normally a Cowboys fan. I'm so old, I remember Roger Staubach and when he was playing. That's how old I am. And I've been a fan since, I guess I was a little girl. So I'm going to make an appetizer day. But anyway, since I do live in Missouri, I'm going to be a temporary Chiefs fan this weekend. All right, so we're going to make, it's called a bacon tomato bite. And I'm only going to make half of the recipe. I'll try to remember to put the full recipe down in the link, and I'll be kind of telling you as I go, like what I'm using, and of course, you know what the recipe says. So I'm going to go ahead and bring you down. Now, the first thing you're going to need is some little cherry tomatoes. I can find these cherry tomatoes. I don't know exactly what they call these. They're kind of oblong. And, oh, I forgot my knife, just a moment. And these I've already cut. What you're going to do is you're going to cut off here where the stem was. Just trim that off at the very tip there. And you're going to go inside with your knife and just kind of clean it out as best you can. Try not to cut through the tomato. Let me bring you a little closer so you can kind of see more of what I'm doing. So I'm just going to go in there with my knife, gently cut out the middle of this. We just kind of want to gut it out. That's the only word I can think to say. Get that little stem-like thing in there that's out. And if, you know, have extras in case you do cut through. I know I did a couple when I was preparing those there. You just want to get it all out. Some of these little stems in the middle are stubborn. Some come out easily. And I will take my fingers and pull this one out since it's being so stubborn. Looks like there's still a little more left in there. Okay, you want to just hollow it out. You see, I cut it just a little bit there, but that will be okay. If you sliced it more, you wouldn't want to use it. Then just turn it upside down and let it drain. We'll do this one now. Cut off the top. Go down and cut the middle out, all of the inside out, leaving just the shell. This part's a little bit tedious. You may have something better to use than what I have here. All right, got that out. Turn it upside down and let it drain. Let me wipe my hand off. Forgot to bring a paper towel to wipe my hand on over with me. Okay, I'm going to move it back in so you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, I need a spoon. Oh, I didn't think to lay those things out today. Oh, there's this there. I just didn't see enough under the paper towel. Okay, the first thing we want to do is, if you're making the full recipe, you want a half a cup of mayonnaise. So I'm only going to use about 1/4 of a cup. Okay, that looks about like 1/4 of a cup. To that, you want to add some, just the grated, Parmesan cheese, like Kraft or, Aldi brand. I usually always use Aldi brand for just about everything. And to that, you want, if you're making the full recipe, it's 3 tablespoons. I'm using 1.5 tablespoons. Let's go ahead and mix that up. And I got a little piece of bacon in my Parmesan cheese when I was doing it. Then next you want to use bacon. You want, if you're making the full recipe, you will want 1/2 pound cooked and crumbled. I'm using 1/4 pound. Mix that one up. If you mix it for each step, it's easier to mix than putting it all in and then mixing it. All right, next you want oh my brain sure isn't thinking. You want 1/4 cup of green onions chopped up. And here I have 1/4 cup is 4 tablespoons, so I have 2 tablespoons. Get that all out. Same with that bacon. I didn't get every bit of it out. Okay, now just stir that up the best you can. Get me a little spatula here to get some of this off. All right, we need a couple more things, and I'll be right back. Sorry, y'all. These weren't on the recipe that I had found originally. So I'm adding this to it myself. I want a little bit of pepper. And a little bit of garlic. How much, I don't know. That's your discretion. If you don't like the onions, you don't have to put the onions in it either. Okay, and on the recipe it says you want about 16 to 20 cherry tomatoes. And since theirs are different, it may, take more or less since they're not cherry tomatoes. So I don't know, I still did about 10 of them. And I was wishing if I was at home I'd have a little baby spoon, but I couldn't find a little baby spoon here. I just looked and I saw some there kind of like sporks, but not a baby spoon. All right, let me kind of move things around here a little bit so you can see. Let me get a plate to set these on. Or a bowl or something. Guess I'm not all that prepared today as I should be, huh? That's okay. It's like that many, many days for me. All right. So, if you have a bigger spoon like I have, you just do the best you can. You could probably even put this in a piping bag and pop it in there. Which may be what I end up doing, making. Well, it's not doing too bad going in there. And you just want to fill up the tomato the best you can. and set in a bowl or a plate. These, made the way they are, they don't want to stand up like the cherry tomatoes, which have kind of a flatter bottom. So maybe you can find cherry tomatoes. Let's see if I can find something to push down inside there. No, this would work. A little teaspoon thing here. Oh yeah, that will work wonderful. I didn't think about using that. And of course, if you're having friends over, you'll want to trim this up just a little bit, or not trim, but clean it up a little bit, make it look a little more presentable. You could even, I'm not going to do it, but you could even sprinkle some paprika over the top. That'd be a good idea. Put that paprika over the top and make it look pretty. You could, if you want to serve this as a, like part of your regular meal, for a side dish, you could get Roma tomatoes. And, we wouldn't take as many, maybe 3 or 4 of them, and fill those up. All right, so I'll finish filling these up, and that's how you do it. So try to make you some if you're needing a recipe. I'm going to finish, and then after you do these, you put them in the refrigerator and let them chill for 2 or 3 hours to get all the flavors to marry together, all right? Okay, so if you're watching the Super Bowl and whoever you're wanting to win, I'd say may they win, but I'm rooting for the Chiefs, so let's say go Chiefs. All right, y'all have a wonderful weekend, and remember to always season your cooking with love, all right? Bye-bye.